All right, welcome back to Tucker Talks 2.
Hello, how are you? Good morning.
How you doing, Tucker?
All good. Yourself?
Good,
Beautiful
man.
day out. Beautiful weather.
Always a beautiful day here, but yes.
Getting good traffic, busy.
Yeah. No, it's the best time of the year here. We're going to be talking about golfing in Cabo.
In Los Cabos, yes.
So we got a couple questions, and I'm going to go with Tucker. But Cabo area has been described as the golf capital of Latin America.
It has, yes.
It's also been described by Jack Nicklaus himself as the golf ruin Cabo because it used to be really cheap. And then he started doing golf courses here, and you have all these like huge developments. But a lot of people come here to golf, and living in a golf course community is a great way. So we're not only just going to cover top golf courses, but best places to live too.
Right.
And you're going to get two different opinions from, I would say, average golfers.
More than average, but yeah.
What are your favorite courses?
Funny story first. I always thought golf was pretty boring because I only liked a little bit of more action sports. But once I got to get the feel of the sport here, thanks to an invitation that we did when I was doing the in-house at Rancho, and somebody gave me the clubs after the tournament. And, I have clubs. So second thing was just started golfing around, and, like they say, I got hooked on it. So I've been doing it for about a couple of years now. And actually my favorite course, I don't know if it's because I learned how to play there in Rancho, but I think it's the Solmar Links now. It used to be Rancho San Lucas. For me, it's a very beautiful course. It has those oceanfront holes that you play, and then you come back and go around the community, the homes. I feel like it's like a real links golf course around the ocean front and coming back again in the dunes. And it's a Greg Norman. So I think it's the only Greg Norman course in Los Cabos.
They have part of Puerto Los Cabos.
In Puerto Los Cabos.
Yeah.
Okay. So then he has done a couple.
Yeah.
So number 2, I like Puerto Los Cabos, the Jack Nicklaus course.
Puerto Los Cabos is 27 right now. They will be going to 36.
That is correct.
So I think 18 are Nicklaus, and then 9 is Norman. And they're going to do another 9. I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be Norman. I don't know. But really nice place.
The option there is that you can switch it up and choose which 9 holes to play. So you could, it's not always the 18 holes of Nicklaus.
Yeah.
You could do 9 and then the other 9s for Greg Norman. The master plan community it's very beautiful. You have some upward, holes that you play, and then you get close to the ocean again. The amenities are just phenomenal. The comfort stations that they have there, they're top of the line there with some excellent snacks, food, drinks. For number 3, I think it's because of the challenge that I have personally with Campestre, which is part of another Questro golf course. It's in Nicholas, yes, and it's up in the mountains. The way it comes and wraps around the community again. I've seen lots of development now in Campestre.
Campestre is like the first when you come in on the toll road.
Right on the toll before you cross the Fona Tour roundabout. And basically, it's just on that.
It's a nice course,
very close to the corridor. I like the layout. I don't know. It's tricky. There's a lot of sand traps.
Yeah.
And they do a nice job keeping the greens always very well kept. For 4, I have Diamante.
Okay.
You've played Diamante.
Any course there in particular?
Well, I like the Dunes.
Okay.
Which is a Davis Lope III. And then you have the
Cardinal.
The Cardinal, which is a Tiger Woods.
And then you have a par 3, which is Tiger Woods.
Right.
PJ plays at Cardinal. And then you have another one coming, the Legacy course, which is also going to be Tiger Woods, and that's supposedly going to be the nicest one there.
That is going
to be
mimic phenomenal. That's what
Shadow
they say,
Creek.
Right?
Yeah.
Kind of like a Shadow Creek.
I think it's going to be like 250 members max.
Right.
So you're saying that you like Dunes better. Okay. So then you have Cardinal, and then you have Legacy, which is going to be number 1.
Right.
So number 1, Legacy, which let's call it, I don't know, maybe that's 2 years out. Probably less than that, but let's call it 2. then Dunes, and then guess where the PGA is playing? Cardinal. That's how nice it is. The PGA is playing on, and I'll give my opinion on the layout there too. But okay, cool. Diamante is it's a golfing community for sure.
It's a golfing community. Again, you have the Hard Rock Hotel there. You have the Noble Hotel, and then you have all the residential areas.
What percentage of people do you think that own in a golf course community actually golf?
I would say that maybe like 30%.
It's like 15 to 20%. So a lot of people that are like, hey, I don't golf. Well, especially in an area like Quivira.
Owning in a golf master plan community, it gives a great value to your property, especially if the courses are getting some traffic. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the real estate too.
Right. For 5, I have Cabo Real.
Okay.
Which they've been working on.
They've been changing the irrigation, so they've been down to like 9 holes. They've been
working on the irrigations for the last 2 years. They're all done there. It has some beautiful holes that you play from up on the hill, like those par 3s where you shoot and you're facing the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
And then you come down almost to play like a beach hole, I would call it, because you're literally the waves are breaking, and then you have this beautiful. I think it's number.
It's
5.
on the front 9. Yeah.
And
there's 2 holes right there. One of the holes ends right there, and then the other one goes.
And
back.
then you start coming back, and then you go up around the hills. Also, I mean, I've seen like mountain lions. I've seen deer there. For me, Cabo Real.
Okay, and you got 2 more, right?
Yep. I've only played the desert course at Palmilla, which I like. So I put Palmilla on number 6. And of course, these are the ones that I've played,
Okay.
I haven't played them all. I know that if I play.
So what's your last one?
And the last one is Puerto Cortes, which is in La Paz.
Okay, I've never played that one.
Yeah, that is very, very beautiful. It's a Gary Player golf course. You're basically seeing the Sea of Cortez with this beautiful turquoise colors. Amenities are really good. It's a different scenario than the ones we're used to in Cabo.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna give mine. Honorable mentions are going to Danzante Bay. That's in Loreto. Incredibles. I'm gonna keep that out. I'm also gonna keep Chileno out because it's not readily available. That's a really good one. Costa Palmas is another one that I've golfed that is insane, but I'm just going to keep it to Cabo for this list.
Basically, all those courses, they're not in Cabo, right? The ones that...
Yeah. Well, Chileno is, but it's super private.
It's private, so...
And I get to golf there, but like I'm not going to include that one because it's more for people that are coming down.
Right.
So, number 1, you asked me you tried to cheat before. I was like, I'm not going to do that.
Come on, man.
Solmar is actually my top one, man.
So we do agree on Solmar then.
I really like that course.
Why do you like it? What do you think it makes it a great course?
I like the layout. It just flows. You have oceanfront, but to be honest, some of my favorite holes on that are inland, like 6 through 9. I don't know why. And then you have like the island hole on 17, but it's just fun. So,
I've made that a couple of times. So yeah, for my 2 years.
So Solmar, I'm going to say is probably number 1. If I could play like any course tomorrow, like price wasn't an issue, I'd pick Solmar.
Well, we agree on that then.
So number 2, I have a tie between Carencia. You left Carencia out. Carencia. By the way, Carencia is one of these courses I played it the first time and I was like, God, it's all right. But every time I play it, I'm like, okay, this is... So Carencia, I have tied with Cardinal.
Okay.
As my tied for number 2.
Tied for number 2.
I like Cardinal better than Dunes. You'll be playing Cardinal soon. Cardinal is just like a player's course. You can get out and play quick. I like it. Number 3, you left this out. Quivira. Okay.
Quivira is a very scenic course, very beautiful course. You are correct.
I know, but like everybody I talk to, and they're like big golfers that come in and they're like, Quivira. I think that Quivira is the most heavily trafficked course in Cabo. Matter of fact, one of the reasons I don't like to play Quivira is 1, I think you have a couple what really good golfers would call Mickey Mouse holes.
Which is number 5.
And they kind of changed the layout, so I get my numbers off.
The ones up on the cliff after you...
Well, that par 3 is really nice. And that they're really nice.
It's a hard one.
But the thing that I I don't like about Quivira is that you can literally play like if you get caught behind people, it can be like a 6.5 hour round. Here's another thing is that they're actually building a new 18-hole course in Quivira. It's going to be another Nicholas.
They already started.
So I think, plus I actually think, and then I had Rancho number 1. When it comes to real estate, I'll take Quivira any day.
Uh-huh.
And I'll leave it at that. I don't want to go too deep into that. Just because we're saying we like these courses is to play. This is not to own. That is two separate things. Just because you have a nice golf course does not mean it's a great place to stay. And then I also would say, so Quivira 3, I'm going to leave Dunes off this right now. I'm going to say number 4, I'm going to say Puerto Los Cabos. I really like that. And number 5, I'm going to say Cabo del Sol, the desert course. I left off Campestre and Cabo Real.
Yeah, I mean, for the point of it is that you do have many golf courses that are designed by the top architects for golf courses right now, and I know there's a couple of projects that are for the near future that are going to be the next 4 years. I think we have over 20 golf courses now, and I think we're gonna
it's gonna keep growing.
More.
Yeah. Here's something interesting too. So somebody asked me to get them. We're in peak season.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you get into the summer rates, this goes down. But I'm gonna give rates for these courses right now to play if you're public.
Good that you're.
By the way,
good that you're sitting down.
Yeah. By the way, I base my golfing off of the hookups. I keep my rounds generally pretty cheap.
Uh-huh.
You know, like for example, like Chileno, man. I don't like. First of all, you can't even get on there. But when I golf there, somebody invites me, and then like Diamante is another good one. But anyway, let's go into this. Quivira right now, $395. This includes, this is all like the top prices. This includes food, all you want to drink, everything like that. Rancho San Lucas or Somar, $395. I remember when they used to have a Friday hookup there. I'm so mad they took that away. Cabo del Sol, Desert Course, $330. Palmilla, $285. Mm-hmm. Not bad.
Not bad to be Palmilla.
Diamante, I pinged Mauricio. Guess what? Diamante, $500 if you could get. Now, most of the time to get in Diamante, you have to be staying on the property.
And they give you a discount,
timeshare. Right? So, but if you were public and somehow got on right now, that'd be $500.
$500.
And that's just for Cardinal. And I think Dunes I don't see why it would be any cheaper. Puerto Los Cabos, $395. Campestre, $285. Well, so golfing here is not cheap.
It's not cheap.
But like I said, I was working yesterday. I couldn't do it, but Cabo del Sol, $330. I think if I had played yesterday, that would have been closer to $100. I will say this too, like Quivira, $395. Okay. If you're a homeowner right now, I think that's like $190. They give different, like the levels that you got in, right? So a lot of people will get like a 25% discount, but I'm pretty sure. So if you own within those communities, and instead of like, let's say you're in Campestre, and I really like Campestre as a course too. I think it'd be like the membership there is something like $30,000, you know, and then you pay a monthly fee. But unless you're down here golfing, if you're going to golf like 40 times a year or more here, then, you know, I think maybe that makes sense. If not, just maybe the discounted rates.
You have to do the numbers. Like I tell people, you know, if you're going to do, or like you said, the 35, 40 rounds a year, then it's worthwhile getting the membership. If you're only going to play 10 times out of the year, well, you know, you play with your resident discount. Also, there's discounts for locals in some of the courses, and then they put out some summer programs. Of course, it's very hot, and but it's still bearable if you do the early tee-offs at 7 a.m. Like they have the summer pass, which is the Questro, and you have Campestre and Cabo Real for 4 months out of the year, which that's when you see a lot of the locals.
Yeah,
they really take advantage of these programs that they do for locals. Also, they do some special discounts, which is good. This promotes the locals to go out and bring their kids, sign up as a family. They have family packages. So I guess it's pretty good to
a guy from Vancouver who like keeps inviting me up to go golf there, but you can only really golf there like 6 or 7 months out of the year, you know, because like I mean, right now, I don't know what's going on, but
Well,
like, and then it's when you're going to like be in a parka, you know, like hidden.
It's probably super.
So you can play
cold
here, and don't get me wrong, it's toasty in the summer, but you definitely can play here without fail.
Year round.
Like whenever you want, because you just have great weather. It's
Right.
fun. The thing I like about golf is that first of all, you can always get better at it. But second of all, like I played soccer in college. I'm not going to play like 11 on 11 right now. Like I'd probably be in the hospital. You know what I mean?
Right.
So golf, you can play your entire life. So for me, it was like golf or tennis. And like, I'm the same way. I got somebody invited me and I was kind of intimidated. And then I finally get into it and I'm like, all right. With that being said, there's a couple of times where I've been on like the second or third hole and I'm like, man, I want to go home already.
Well,
And then you hit a good shot. You're like, okay.
that's
I'll
why
stick
it's
around.
called golf, you know?
Yeah.
It's a
Good golf course does not necessarily mean good real estate. We gave a list of top courses, but if I'm thinking about places to own, and look, a lot of these are different price points. And I want to say this too, like, for example, Quivira. Quivira is great because you have a beach club. I just helped somebody buy in Quivira. My parents live in Quivira. And the people were like, well, I don't golf. And I'm like, well, my dad and mom have never swung a golf club in their life. And they love Quivira. Restaurants, you got amenities, you've got beach club, you got restaurants, you're close to you're close to downtown Cabo, you're close to restaurants that you can go to outside of the community, but you don't have to leave.
It's a great master plan community. I think they really nailed it down at Quivira.
It's one of like, okay, so here's the other thing too, is like, man, now you have the St. Regis that'll be opening up.
It's on
you have other things, but it's okay. And like, man, they sold stuff that was $16 million there. You know, they sold condos that were like starting at like 3.5, I think.
Right.
If you have those people coming through the facility, that does nothing but provide value.
Of course.
And that's what I'm saying is Quivira, I think it dropped down on my list just because it's so busy. Like I played there the other day and I was shocked because I was like, oh my God, this is going to turn into a long round. You know, and I've done it. Like when people get on the 5th or the 6th hole and they just take out the phones, they literally have a marshal standing there that's like, hey, you have 5 minutes.
Right. It's such a scenic course that people take longer because they're taking the selfies, they're taking the pictures, and of course they're also taking advantage of the comfort station. So I mean,
no.
It's not that they want to stay there, but I think they nailed it down. Like I said before, they started with the first residential at Copala, one of the most successful real estate projects I think within Los Cabos. And then they came out with Coronado and then Mavila. I mean, they've done multiple real estate projects and they're all become very successful.
I got to play Costa Palmas with the golf pro there. And I was asking him because it's members. I was like, do people like play like 9 holes or 18? And he said something like, it was like, generally it's like 7 or 14. And I was like, what? He's like, I'll explain. And then like right after the holes, they have this comfort station with like a bar. He's like, yeah, a lot of times they'll play and then they'll sit down and have drinks and they're like, yeah, we're done.
We're done.
You know, you have everything from, really good golfing to another thing though, too, is most of the courses are not walkable. So it's all golf cart.
That is very true. Yeah.
Which is why, Cardinal was one of the ones that chosen for the PGA because they're not allowed to use golf carts on the PGA. Like you couldn't use Quivira on a PGA because there's literally like a 5 or a 7 minute golf cart ride in between 2 holes,
Campestre, again, I've seen that they have done lately a good job. And I see a lot of construction now.
Yeah.
There, and you are in San Jose, but you're not like in downtown. You're close to the highways. I think it has a good location there. And Puerto Los Cabos. It's a great community. Cabos, You have the Ritz-Carlton there.
You got a couple of resorts there.
You have the Dreams Hotel there.
Yeah.
You have the JW Marriott.
Yeah.
And they have an amazing.
And you have 9 more holes coming there too.
9 more holes. You have a great beach club. Their beach club is pretty cool. And
they're getting a new one.
The whole infrastructure there is super well made. You have this great big avenue.
You mentioned this too. So let's say you don't play golf, but a golf course community is great to buy into because it's like, one, it's kind of like the prestige. Second of all, it's just like layers of security too, which people feel
That's
comfortable.
very true. Yeah.
But let's take Carencia, for example. Carencia changed ownership about 6 or 7 years ago. And when they did that, then they built the beach club. Okay. And you can see this with like Palmilla. They redid the beach club, Club 96. They're taking the golf course private. And then all of a sudden you see like this uptick. So I would say Cabo del Sol Desert Course, what do you think is going to happen? Campestre, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to go like Campestre will go private. Cabo del Sol Desert Course, I don't know, may give it 4 or 5 years, but Campestre will go private, and then Campestre needs to redo the beach club, and that will give another uplift to people that are just sitting there owning. So,
well, like you mentioned, like Cabo del Sol, as soon as people find out that the Four Seasons was coming in and they made that Ocean course private, then it just started, triggering this effect of, hey, let's buy in here. Eh? And then they have the Soho Club coming in.
That's going to be next thing, literally 1 year.
Yes.
It'll be open.
And they also have this very big commercial area with like Rodeo Drive kind of stores there with all the premium stores. Communities have been improving, even though they've been here for a while. They've been doing remodelings and new projects, and that has also made them have a rebirth of new clients buying there, no?
And just a couple things before we head out is, one, the PGA. We were working the driving range.
We did volunteers.
PGA Tour's a big deal. Andrea's sitting in the corner over there. She might have done some networking there too. I know you did, but
I did.
We have PGA Tour. I did it last year, which was the first one. We did it this year just to give people an insight on how popular golf is here. We sold more tickets the first year in Cabo than 15 years of it being in the Riviera Maya. So it was like a really big success. I know it was a success this year. The thing I noticed from last year is the players were like, they were training, they got here on like Sunday, Monday. And this year they kind of enjoyed Cabo a little bit more, I believe, and was like more a laid back atmosphere being year two.
And you asked a lot of the caddies if what they were thinking about the whole tournament, and 100% of them said they really enjoy the event. They enjoy Cabo. They enjoy coming down to visit the restaurants.
A lot of them say it's a resorty course,
right? But
they also say it's a welcome change.
And it's at the end of the season too, so I mean they're more out like chasing those last points for the for the year, but they're enjoying their time here. Plus, it was very good coverage for Cabo. I mean, got some great footage of the landmarks.
That really helped Diamante kind of. I would say like catapulted them onto a whole new level, and it wasn't just Cardinal, it was the entire community there.
That's what I mean. I mean, they had some good coverage of the different activities. You have you had the guys like shots of guys surfing, riding the camels, the arch, all the landmarks and activities that people enjoy when they come and visit. So so when are we going out and hitting some balls?
I heard Tucker's.
I think you're a 3-putter, but
if I'm a 3-putter, you're a 4-putter. I get word to see if
I don't know. We have to go out and
I don't know how embarrassing you're going to be. So
I'll put up $20 for it. Then.
Yeah. So
shake hands.
We'll get out. Okay. We'll get out at Cardinal here soon.
Or 20 pesos.
We'll do one round. We'll do a little test on it.
Sounds good. He said it on camera. Inviting me for a round. So
Crossies under the table.
Oh my God.
But no, golf's a great activity in Cabo, especially with just being sunny every day. And it's a great way to own real estate too, regardless of if you are a golfer or not, because these communities have value. And at the end of the day, if you want a place that you're going to enjoy and then that you can sell down the road for more money, a lot of times in these communities, we're seeing this specifically in a lot of the communities I just mentioned that did upgrades, but golfing here is not cheap. It's great. And I love it for networking. and it's a great way to get out and enjoy the weather, but it's not cheap here.
No, but still, like you said, I mean, the golf courses here have traffic. Kibir, like you said, it's so incredible. The amount of rounds that they do a week. Well, if they're paying this prices, they have a demand for it, no?
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically basic math. And I think most of the courses in high season are pretty busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like Cabarrus, they need to build that second course. So
They're already under construction because I drove the other day and they're clearing ground and so yeah, I think it's coming along.
cool. Well,
All right.
that's golfing in Cabo.
Let's go.
Conclusion of Tucker Talks too.
Perfect.